Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Big Wil'S Spotlight. We're gonna discuss movies the Oscars don't care about. We're gonna discuss movies that you care about. So go ahead, get yourself something to eat. Get yourself something to drink. Sit back and relax with your popcorn and your date as we go to Big Wil'S Spotlight with your hosts, Big Will, Dr. Quack, and the important one, Mr. Mayhem.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Big Wil'S Spotlight. I'm your host, Dr. Quack.
Hey. Are you done, Dr. Quack?
What do you mean?
This is my show. Alright?
That's right.
Big Man is back. I'm Big Will. I'm here with my two research nerds, Dr. Whack and the impotent one.
Alright, man, we're into our third show and you've already found your voice.
If that's what it takes. Anyway,
Alright, so since you're running this show, I'm going to sit over here in the corner and just relax.
yeah, you keep on that phone. Alright. First, I'm going to point something out to you. We had to get rid of our last editor, taking too many liberties with what's supposed to be going on. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking and seeing that we're sitting here in front of a green screen.
Ooh, somebody's in trouble.
Somebody's in trouble.
Okay, last guy spelled my name wrong in the first one. You're not doing that great right now. Alright.
Come on, Big Will wants it. Get it up there.
Put it up there now.
Get his scenery up there.
A little bit better now. Okay.
Alright.
First, we're going to tackle a few questions that are probably out there from a couple viewers,
Okay.
such as, what is your last name?
Quack.
It's Quack. Oh, I thought it was Mihawk.
Boy, he found his voice.
I'm telling you, man, if the eagle's flowing here, I'm not getting knocked out of the room.
So we're going into Terminator 2. Obviously, hanging out with Arnold Schwarzenegger is he's grown his grapefruits.
There we go. Alright. We are going to tackle Terminator 2. For our generation, it is probably the greatest movie of our generation.
Yes, and also I would say probably one of the best examples of the sequel is better than the original.
Yes, and that's very tough to do.
Not for the James Cameron. James Cameron just came and knocked this one out the park. He made this into one of the greatest things. The reason why it took so long to go from the first one to the second one was because of computer animation. They wanted to get it all right before they put it out there.
Yes, that's right. James Cameron envisioned the T-1000 as being liquid metal who could morph into other things. Industrial Light and Magic did not have the technology at that time. That is why it did take, what was it, 8 years?
At least 8 years.
For T2 to come out. So, all right, so we're letting you lead. You finally found your voice. Take us where you want us to go.
Alright, Terminator 2, besides having the cinematic that it ended up having, it also had one of the best soundtracks that there was. I mean, it took like the greatest collaboration of the early 90s and just threw it into this movie.
Guns N' Roses, I definitely remember. You Could Be Mine, that song.
There you go, right there.
One of the greatest videos I remember seeing back in that time.
Yes, and even the soundtrack music aside, the score behind it was incredible. The notes, the declamatory sounds when you saw Robert Patrick, or the soft tones when Linda Hamilton was trying to advance that you need to be focused on your life and stopping the enemy. So the score and the soundtrack were both excellent.
Oh yeah, I mean, but there was some introductions here for people that have been in films for a while. You had Ed Furlong, you had Danny Kuski in there. Linda Hamilton had been a big star, hadn't she?
She made quite a few films, but nobody did Sarah Connor like she could possibly have.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the facial expressions, the mannerisms, she took on that role, rolled with it, and I don't think anybody else could have done it.
Well, actually, Linda Hamilton does have a twin sister. They did not computer animate or do cutscenes with Linda Hamilton playing both parts. Her twin sister played her other part. So you're correct. Linda Hamilton was the one where we would see the face, but the body double was her twin sister. Like the scene where she's stitching up Arnold's scalp, and you see the other Sarah Connor come out. That was both actresses.
Exactly. I mean, her other big role that I loved with her was Children of the Corn. I felt like she did a great job there playing the hero, the hero's pretty much wife. Yeah, she did a great job there as well.
Dante's Peak.
Dante's Peak was decent.
Showed the lighter side of her.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and the thing I liked most about this, most of the time when you look coming from a professional wrestling standpoint, usually you have a small protagonist or the good guy of the story and a large antagonist or the bad guy of the story. They flipped the roles here by making a good Arnold Schwarzenegger and a bad, thin but menacing Robert Patrick as the T-1000. I like that flip-flop of the perceived normal role of a protagonist and antagonist.
And then speak of Robert Patrick, that was a great role. I loved about every second that he could possibly have been in it. It was that computer animation and him just going so well together that just, it set the movie off. Besides, you know, Arnold, I think this was the role that he felt most comfortable with. I mean, previous roles, you know, this is a great actor all around. It was
that opening role, that opening scene though, was really wild. Where he comes through the force field there, and he comes into the modern time, and then he walks into the bar, and everybody's just looking at him like, "What the hell?"
I think he's gonna hit me with that hammer.
Yeah.
He's like, "I need the keys to your bike," and you're gone. And man, I'm telling you, oh my God. Then he played Bad to the Bone going into that. That was awesome.
And I also want to spin back a little bit on Robert Patrick. Robert Patrick is also a great actor because when he played the cop, when he had to get information, he wasn't a mechanical, I need information from you. He was charming in a good, creepy way that was appropriate for the part that he was playing in this. And he plays those kind of roles with such tender menace. It's those two words shouldn't go together, but tender menace is the best way to describe it.
But since I took over a little bit, what was your favorite part of the movie?
My favorite part?
Yes.
I'm going to tell you, my favorite part was probably when Sarah Connor was exiting the psych ward. That whole scene there was very dramatic because she originally was thinking the Terminator was out to kill her, and she came through the gates and she was escaping through the whole ward there. She had the Drano to the guy's neck, and you know she broke his hand. He goes, "Oh, my hand!" He's like, "That's only one wrist." He's like, "Oh, that's only one bone." You know, pretty much talking about his arm, rather. Excuse me. But when she saw the Undertaker, you saw the Undertaker. That's who it felt like. Terminator, same thing. She had that fear in her eyes. Oh my God! Like she was backing up, and it took her son to make her realize, hey, he's with us.
All right.
All right. I have two. There are a lot of movies where they do chase scenes in the Los Angeles River, which, by the way, the Los Angeles River is that concrete river that actually does exist. It's kind of a drainage. It's not really a river per se. It's more of a storm drain system. I think this is one of the better uses of the fact that they do have a lot of bridges and a lot of underways through there. This was one of the better uses of the Los Angeles River. But I think my favorite part besides that is this is a movie where a violent sequel that has less kills. Where you watch Arnold Schwarzenegger when he's got that minigun taking out all the cop cars, and he's firing off the tear gas, and he's firing off the grenades, and then you see it through Arnold's eyes. Kill count, 0. That was a definite twist to a violent movie having less kills, but still just as action and impactful.
The bond between the Terminator and John Connor was strong.
Never mind. Go ahead.
No, it's your show. You wanted to say something.
No. Go ahead.
No, that's all I was saying. It was really strong. It was shown through that because the Terminator learned, not to kill people. He told him, "Don't kill people," and he started shooting them in the legs. That was great.
All right. Downfall to the movie?
Me?
Yes, you.
All right. Downfall to the movie here. There really wasn't. I all around this film was great. There was, action. There was, carnage. There was drama. There was everything that was meant to be in a film.
All right.
I agree with that. I liked the Miles Bennett Dyson character, a very tragic thing. If I had to say there was a downfall to this movie, it was Christina Loken in Terminator 3. So the movie itself was awesome, but it spawned a really god-awful part 3.
You hated it that much, huh?
She's fun to look at, but we had no Linda Hamilton. We had a less entertaining, less talented actor playing John Connor. Yeah.
Well, since we started to kind of cover other parts of the series, I'm going to take a minute here to go into one and talk about Michael Biehn's character.
Oh yes, he was in a cut scene that was deleted because it was supposed to be a dream sequence. They brought him back because
Okay.
Michael Biehn wanted to be in here. John Reese, by the way.
Yes.
That was a great role for him, battling against the bad Terminator. And we're just going to shout out for Michael Biehn on Terminator 1. We can go on to other ones, because there have been like 6, 7, even a TV series.
The less we say about that stuff, the better, right? Please say that we're not going into those.
Terminator
I
Salvation.
just wanted to point out that there are all those other ones out there, but this by far is probably the greatest one of all of them.
Yes, and for those of you who are not familiar with the name Michael Biehn, Navy SEALs, Tombstone. If you want to see Michael Biehn and some other things, he's a really good actor. So, we did do a poll here. Our editor, who's over there shivering in the corner, did do a poll. So, the winner was Roddy Piper. So, what Roddy Piper movie are we doing next?
We are not going to be doing a Roddy Piper movie because he's kind of out the picture, or not Roddy Piper, but the editor over here took liberties, like I pointed out, and we are just not going to be doing any of what was on that vote. We're going to go and next time be doing a cover of Idiocracy.
Oh.
There we go.
All right. It may not have absolute wrestlers in it, but I feel like it is a great cover of what I kind of feel the world is starting to become.
And Terry Crews did play a former a wrestling champion who became the president. So we can tie it in that way to the wrestling
There
world.
we go. We can tie it in that way.
Alrighty, so since you've got us going through here, is there anything else that we still need to talk about on Terminator 2?
No, not on Terminator 2. I just have, since it seemed like I had started to pick on him a little bit,
Okay.
I'm going to have a question for you. Knowing you for about 20 years now, I still don't know your first name.
Mister.
All right. Well, since we covered Terminator 2, we've talked about what we're going to do next. We're going to close this up, say goodbye to Dr. Whack and Sister Mayhem here.
Thank you for stepping up and showing us the one that I've known for 21 years. That's what I've been waiting to see. It's good to see Big Will come out. Even if you did have to make fun of me and, you pooped in my bag.
Thank God I didn't know about that until now.
That's why the bag is still sitting in there. It's about to get thrown in the back of his car. So, so with that being said, Big Will, take us out.
See you guys later.